Hey there everyone, welcome back to Measuremix. Thanks for stopping by today. I'm going to be making a Dollar Tree fall pumpkin patch sign. It's a pretty large one. Out of the foam boards from Dollar Tree, a full-size foam board I think is 20 inches by 30 inches. So it's a pretty big sign. I'm super excited to share it with you guys. I think it came out really good and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new to my channel and like DIYs and home decor, make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. All right, let's get started. All right, so like I said, I'm going to be using one of these white foam boards from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using 6 of these stake signs from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to be using the stakes from them, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the signs and the hangers off of all of them. Now, they were a little bit more difficult than I anticipated to remove because they are nailed in and glued down. So I just pulled and pried them off, which wasn't too hard, but I was going to save the signs, but ended up not being able to because they broke in half. And then I'm going to use the back of these stakes, so I'm not going to be worried about sanding down the other side. Next, I took 2 of the stakes and lined them up on the top side of the long side of the piece of foam board, and I just measured them where I wanted to cut each one. So I wanted each stake to be halfway across the board, if that makes sense. And then I just cut them with a hacksaw from Dollar Tree. They were really easy to cut. And then I took those 2 pieces and lined them up on 2 other stakes and just marked those and cut them the same for the bottom side of the board. I didn't have a measuring tape at the time, so that's why I did it this way, but you could measure it and make it more precise. Then after the 4 pieces were cut for the top and the bottom long side of the foam board, I went ahead and applied some E6000 to the back side of each piece and a little dot of hot glue on each end as well to hold the pieces in place while they were drying, and I just lined them up on the edge of the end of the foam board to start framing this out. After I had those pieces secured down, I went ahead and took the 2 leftover stakes and I marked on each end of the short sides where I needed to cut, and then I took the hacksaw and cut that off, and then again I applied some E6000 to the back of each piece and a little hot glue, and then placed those 2 pieces in between the other 2 pieces on the short side of the foam board. Now that the foam board was all framed out, I came back and took a little bit of wood glue and just filled in those seams in the middle of the longer sides that I had to cut 2 pieces for. And this worked out good because I didn't have any wood filler. And then I just let this dry for probably about an hour. And then I came back and I took some white linen chalk paint and gave this whole thing a coat of paint. I actually did 1 coat of paint on the foam board and I did 2 coats of paint on the frame. After the paint was all dry, which didn't take long at all because chalk paint dries pretty quickly, I took these letter stickers from Dollar Tree. I actually finally found the all capital black letter stickers. It took me a long time to find them, but I used actually 2 sheets of them because I needed 3 P's, and I spelled out pumpkin patch. And I spelled out pumpkin patch on a curve. And when I took the letters off and placed them on the board, I made sure I didn't stick them down all the way. I just kind of lightly put them on there. So that way I could kind of line everything up and make sure I liked how it looked before I actually stuck it all down. And then I could move it around and play with it. After I got the wording how I liked it, I took this wooden pumpkin from Dollar Tree, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this, but I had some orange chalk paint that I had for years. I would say probably 2 or 3 years, and it was actually really thick. So I just took that and I kind of dry brushed it onto the pumpkin, leaving the stem so that way I could come back with a little bit of stain and stain the stem so it would have a little bit of a different look. And then after I got it the way I liked it, Then I came back with some hot glue and I just hot glued it to the middle of my board underneath my pumpkin patch. Then I decided I wanted to write something on each side of the pumpkin, so I just took one of those leftover stakes and drew a couple lines so that way I could fit my letters in those lines, and I freehanded on one side Farm Fresh, and then I did the same thing on the other side, but I wrote the word You Pick. And I just did this in pencil and then came back with just a regular Sharpie marker and just traced out the hand lettering that I already did. After I got it all traced out in the Sharpie, I came back with the pencil and I just erased the lines or the mistakes that I had made with the pencil, so that way you couldn't see those anymore. Next, I took that same leftover stake and my pencil, and I used these to draw a straight line from one side of my sign to the other side of my sign. And I used that straight line to line up my letter stickers, so that way hopefully I would keep them a little more straight. I just put the top of the letter stickers on the top of the line, and again, as I was applying them, I didn't push them all the way down, so that way I could move them around if I needed to and get them spaced correctly. I just spelled out hay rides underneath the Farm Fresh, and then I spelled out apple cider underneath the pumpkin and corn maze underneath the You Pick. And then I put the two little periods in between the words. And then when I got it the way I liked it, all I did was just press down the stickers, and I came back with my pencil and my eraser and I just erased that little line so you couldn't see it anymore. Next, I used the same stain that I used on the stem of the pumpkin to distress the frame around the picture. And I just wiped it on a little bit with a brush and then took a paper towel and wiped it off. Lastly, to hang this, I just flipped the sign over and used two sawtooth hangers and hot glued those to the top of the back side of the sign. Then I took 4 thumbtacks and I just pressed those thumbtacks into the nail holes of the sawtooth hanger, and that was it. Alright guys, I really love how this pumpkin patch sign turned out. I don't know why I didn't think about this while I was at the store getting my supplies, but this could definitely be a double-sided sign that you could use for fall and for Christmas. So just on the back, just frame it out like you did on the front, just don't put the sawtooth hangers in, and then do a Christmas themed sign on the back, and then that way you don't have to store 2 signs for Christmas. All you have to do is flip it over after Thanksgiving and you have a Christmas sign. So I'm definitely going to be doing that and going back to Dollar Tree and getting some more of those signs, and I'll probably do like a Christmas tree farm design on the back, and I think it will be super cute for the holiday season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.